length about a movie that's out in theaters. Unfortunately, I have to give away some of it, but I don't think it's a cliffhanger kind of movie. You'll be disappointed if you go and see it on your own anyway. And the movie that I was going to refer to is, some of you may have seen it, it's called True Grit. And I had an opportunity to see a review of it by Father Barron online. I recommend if you have an opportunity to go take a look at that. If you're looking at God, you read whatever you do. And at the beginning of the movie, you hear a woman's voice that says, "The only thing that's free in life is the grace of God." And then they go into the story. The story is all about a 14-year-old girl whose father has been murdered around in the Old West. And her father has been murdered by these evil men. And she wants justice. So she hires an old lawman, really wily, used to bring criminals to justice all the time. And she hires him to do the job, and she insists that she's going to go with him. And so she does. And the story goes on, there's a lot of drama and so forth. But 4 men are killed before she finally gets a chance to confront her father's killer. 4 other men die who had nothing to do with her father's murder. And then she murders the man who killed her father. And as she shoots, the recoil from the gun hits her, and she falls into a snake pit. She's bitten by a snake. And the biblical relevance there, I think, is very obvious. The idea that all she wanted was justice. And what happens at the end of that, she gets bitten by a snake. It's the idea that evil is pervasive throughout this movie in her heart in some ways, because all she can think about is that she wants justice. She's in this snake pit. The old lawman lowers himself down, and he is someone who's brought many people to justice as well. He picks her up in both of his arms, and he carries her forward. And there's an old spiritual song about the arms of salvation lifting us up that's playing in the background. And he puts her on his horse, and he knows that he has to get her to a doctor because she's going to die if he don't take care of the snake bite soon. He rides all night until the horse gives out. He's an older man. So the horse gives out, and again, he takes her in his arms. It's a very dramatic scene. He carries her the rest of the way with his 2 arms, and they're able to save her life. At the end of the movie, you see the screen comes up, and now there's an older woman. She's a little older than middle age now. This woman who was a 14-year-old girl, she's talking about how life has been just okay for her. She's rather cynical. She never married. And so forth. As the camera goes away, you see that she has only 1 arm. Because of the snake bite in her arm, they had to remove it. Think about the imagery. She wanted justice, but she needed mercy to go along with it. And the arms of that man who brought many people to justice was merciful toward her and carried her to the doctor and was able to save her life. My dear friends, as we gather here today, I would say to you, your desire for justice to be done is admirable. Abortion is an abomination in our midst. The murder of innocent children by the thousands each and every day cries to heaven. And we should hunger and thirst for justice. But at the same time, we need to remember that the mercy of God is greater and stronger and more powerful than anything. And without mercy, along with justice, we cannot move forward. Think about the sacred scriptures. So many times we hear the word justice, but it's not by itself. The famous song that we hear so often, justice and peace shall kiss. An example from the book of the Old Testament. God is leading Israel in joy by the light of his glory, with his mercy and justice for company. James, for the judgment is merciless to one who has not shown mercy. Mercy triumphs over justice. My dear friends, God's justice will one day reign supreme on those who have hard hearts, for those who care less about life, for those who are into this to make money and advance their own agenda and take advantage of people and manipulate them. But we also know that there are many people who are vulnerable. There are many people who are ignorant. Their ignorance is not invincible, it's visible. It can be overcome if we teach them about the gospel message of life. And we also know that many people are desperate. And those are the ones who need to be shown the mercy of God. Justice and mercy. We need to be those dual arms carrying the message of life forward to everyone that we meet. St. Thomas Aquinas said it this way: thus justice must exist in all God's works. And now the work of divine justice always presupposes the work of mercy, and it is founded thereupon. The two people I mentioned in the movie are fictitious characters, but I think they serve as metaphors for our lives of faith. When something unjust is done to us, we want to right that wrong, and so we should. But it always needs to go hand in hand with the mercy of God. Each one of us was made in the image and likeness of God, and each one of us is tainted by the effects of original sin. As we go forward, we pray together this day for the intercession of our Blessed Virgin Mary, who we honor today, and ask for her intercession, that the Lord will help us to continue to desire, with the very depth of our hearts, to seek justice. But may it always go hand in hand with the mercy of God, which is greater and more powerful than anything